Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another FIFA 21 video where today we're going to be taking a look at this 4-4-1-1-2 formation. I think I said that right, 4-4-1-1-2, yeah, 4-4-1-1-2, that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. It is a formation that I like. Now I have used the other 4-4-1-1 variation. This is the one that has the cam and not the centre forward. They're very, very similar. I don't think you'll really notice any difference. They pretty much play exactly the same. Everything else in the team is exactly the same. I do like this formation a lot. 4-4-1-1 is one of those formations that's been one of my favorites all year. I haven't used it a lot recently. I've been loving the 4-4-2, 4-2-2, as you guys know. I've been trying a couple of other formations out, but I wanted to go back to the 4-4-1-1 again. I think it's always good to change things up. I'm going to be changing my team as well this week. I've got about 4 million coins, 100 odd packs saved. I think I'm just going to be opening those packs now rather than stacking for team of the year. I think I'd rather just improve my team now and worry about team of the year when it comes and just have fun with FIFA right now for the here and now. So with these tactics, this is what we went with. We went for pressure on heavy touch. Now, something that I've used in the 4-2-2 all the time, and it works really well in this formation as well. I think because you've got those two banks of four, and then the centre forward and the striker, those two are there to link up, but those two banks of four can press really well, can make it really difficult to play between the lines. And that's when pressing is really effective. When there's not a lot of space for your opponent, the formations that have lots of space and lots of gaps, they're the ones that can be easy to exploit, and they're the ones that don't really work as well with a press. So with a press, you need a formation that's quite compact, and a 4-4-1 is just that. And like I said, it makes it very difficult for your opponent to play out from. But then on defensive width, I went for around 6. I've noticed a lot recently. A lot more people have been using the wings recently for attacking, a bit like they did sort of last year. A lot of people have been sort of passing it back to their fullback and then sort of punting one long over the top. It's not something I've really experienced with FIFA. Obviously, people use the wings, but not in that style. Not sort of hitting it to the fullback and then knocking it over the top. So I've just gone for a slightly wider width just to kind of counter that. Just even so my players are a little bit wider on the defense, just to cover that pass. Just they can get out there a little bit quicker, maybe to pressure the fullback. So I think that works really well. Depth wise, gone for around 6 again. It's pretty much my standard depth for all formations. I don't really change that. I don't think that's something that needs to change per formation. I think that's just whatever you're comfortable with, how high a line you're comfortable playing, and that's how high a line I'm comfortable playing with. Offensive style, we then went for balanced. I didn't like the long ball for this one. The reason why I wasn't a huge fan of the long ball is because of the left and right midfielders. Your starting position is a little bit deeper with a lot of the players in this position. So their runs, when they run, make the long ball, the runs in behind, they have to come from a deeper starting position. And they weren't getting on the end of too many opportunities. That deeper run can also make it a little bit easier for your opponent to spot. So when they're running from a deep position, it's much easier for your opponent to see, oh, I can see that, let's say Neymar is making a run on the left. I can see that run a lot easier because of that deeper starting position, so they can just get across and cover it. So the long ball wasn't as effective. So I really just stayed on balanced. You could use fast build-up for this formation. I think if you didn't like balance, probably fast build-up is the one to go for. Again, as I've said before, the compact formations that have not a lot of space are the ones where fast build-up works in. So it would work really well in this formation, but you obviously have to be wary that if you're playing with 6 depths and pressure on heavy touch, you will definitely have some spaces left open, defensively and in the midfield of the pitch. So you will have to worry about that if you want to play fast build. Because I thought with pressure and the depth we were already a little bit too over the top, I decided to stick with balance, and it just means you have to have a little bit more of a slow paced game. But with this formation, it works very, very well. And then offensive width, we went on 4, which was really, really effective as well. Manages to get those wingers. The main reason I go with a narrow width is because I don't like high width, because it means that your players are a lot more spread out, and more importantly on wing formations that have wingers or wide midfielders or wide cams, they have a wider starting position, so they're harder to get involved in the game. They can sometimes just get lost out there on the touchline. So having a slightly narrow starting position makes it a lot easier to get those guys involved. And then players in the box, corners and free kicks is just my personal preference and standard when it comes to all formations. We then have the instructions. Allison, of course, comes for crosses and sweep keeper. Pretty self-explanatory for that. The defense, as always, is stay back while attacking. I remember the days at the start of the FIFA when when I had these guys on balanced, and that was just so fun. I'd love for a FIFA to be like that, where you could have the fullbacks on balance. I just think if you want to have fun, you can go for it. But I think if you want to have most people want to win games. And the best way to win games is to have those fullbacks on stay back while attacking, because people just exploit the wings so much. Everyone has so much pace on the wings. If you just have those guys on balance, you're just so easy to exploit you. So hopefully one day you'll be able to play with the fullbacks on balance and kind of get away with it, so to speak. But it's just not the case at the moment. We've then got Alan on stay back while attacking. Actually, he wants to be on cover centre as well. The reason why I've got one of the midfielders on stay back and the other one is on balance. Now, Alan and Sissoko are not two mids that I would potentially want to use for this formation. I'd look for some other players, some more box-to-box midfielders. But your most defensive midfielder wants to be on stay back, just so he can be that connect, because we don't have that CDM. You can have him. He's there to kind of connect between the back four and the midfield. So that's kind of the main aim of him. So I just felt that sometimes, if I had them both on balanced, I just found that sometimes it was playing out from the back was a little difficult, because there was just a lot of people play with central cams, so you have to kind of play a little bit of a risky pass. If you've got Alan there, he's there to at the very least he's there to shield the cam and make it easier for you to pass. So stay back while attacking on one of them is good, and then balance for the other, so he can kind of get forward and attack, because you don't need too many players back defending. We've then got the wide players, Mole and Mane on cut inside and getting behind. The cut inside works well with the narrow width, the narrow offensive width, to kind of get those guys involved. And then the getting behind as well, because we're not playing on long ball, the getting behind really is important. So they will make runs in behind, because it's important they do make runs, because you don't want them coming short. I know we're not playing on long ball, we're playing on balance. If you have them on come short or just balanced, they're never going to make any runs in behind, which then can make it really easy for your opponent to defend, because if there's no threat in behind, they just know that everything's going to be to feet, and they know that they can just really press up against you, and that can make it really easy for your opponent to defend. So getting behind is really important for this one. But then got Neymar in the central cam spot. Just a personal choice. I mean, I could use Neymar on the wing and Mole at the cam spot. Mole, as I said, I'm going to be looking to change my team. So Mole, don't pay attention to the players that I've got in the position, because obviously, I'm going to be changing my team soon. So they're kind of just placeholders just to make it work for now. But Neymar in that central cam spot, it's really important. The person you have here has, obviously decent pace, because they are going to make runs in behind, but they need to have good passing and they need to have good dribbling and shooting. So Neymar with that 5-star weak foot, 5-star skills, great pace, really good shooting, dribbling, and also obviously a very good passer of the ball as well. It's just the perfect player for this position. And then Owen, who's actually been a little bit disappointing for me recently. He's actually caused a few hiccups in the last couple games, not losses, but missing some chances when he needs to be scoring them. But stay central and getting behind is what we want. Obviously the getting behind tactic super useful, considering we don't have the long ball tactic on, so you need somebody pacey up there to make those runs in behind. And again, we've got to stay central. You could actually have balance, so he's going to drift wide every now and then, just to make it a little bit different. But we do have width in this formation already, so you don't want him stepping on the toes of the wide players who will play wide. Obviously they'll have a narrow starting position, but that means that they'll be able to work the wings and work the narrow and the inside as well. But I want him on stay central, just in there scoring goals, although he hasn't been scoring too many goals for me recently, but that is his main aim of your central striker. So that is it for this 4-4-1-1, and it is the cam variant, and it is a very good formation. Look, I don't think there's any difference between the cam. The only difference between this and the other one, this one has a cam. The 4-4-1-1, the other 4-4-1-1 variant, wherever it is, this one, it's a centre forward instead of a cam. So it is pretty much the same. They play exactly the same, and I like it. I think it's a really good formation. I think it's definitely one of my favourite formations this year. Definitely would put it in my top 5, I'd say, formation wise. I think there are a lot of bad formations out there, but this is certainly one of the best ones out there, and one of the ones that I like to use. So if I got it in draft, be very, very happy with that. Really good formation, definitely one I'd recommend. But that is it for the video, guys. So if you did enjoy, make sure you drop a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel. But that is all for today, guys. Have an awesome day. I'm out.